And welcome here to the Chick-Fil-A Invitational. Appreciate you joining us back here at the beautiful Tucker High School as we get ready to start action between Columbia and Rutland. Two Georgia representatives here, one being based here in the Atlanta area, just minutes away, up to 85, and a few exits off, you'll find Columbia High School. When it comes to Rutland, their nearest major city is Macon, which is where they are based out of. So we've got a Macon Atlanta area matchup here. That turnover is going to give the ball over to the Canes of Rutland. Marcus Burnett, appreciate you joining us here. It's been a great Chick-fil-A Invitational day one so far. We've had some great games. Just wrapped up with Lithonia, the Bulldogs getting a victory over South Miami, representing the Sunshine State here in the ATL. First attempt's no good. Second attempt off the mark. Third time not a charm there. And the fourth one is ripped away before it can become an opportunity. It's the orange and green. Canes will pull it out. Rutland coached by head coach Ron Christian. Here's Canes trying to be the first to strike here. Three-point attempt from the top of the key. Off the glass, long rebound going to be pulled down by Jalen Cobb. Baseline drive, stop, jumper, off the mark. You don't have a ton of size really for either squad on this one. In this particular matchup. So, I think you've seen the glass really be an indicator of how scrappy of a game this will end up being. You mentioned your post players and your big fellas rebounding the ball inside, keeping it up high, not bringing it down to where the guards can strip it away. We've seen the guards do just that here early on. We're still stuck at 0-0, still waiting to get the lid off here on the scoreboard. It'll be Rutland's ball there along the sideline. Just there in front of the seat of head coach Kerry Sandifer. Sandifer, no stranger to Macon, coached for a stint at Northeast for the Raiders there in Macon. So, former Bibb County coach. Back here in his home digs here in the Atlanta area, playing against a big Bibb County representative in Rutland. First free throw was good. As we are off of the zeros on both sides. Now it's just Columbia relegated to 0 as number 11, Trey Foster, goes to the line, knocks down 2 free throws. Traveling violation going to go against Columbia, so it will go back to Rutland. That was number 13, Lorenzo McGee, there on that one. Three-pointer's good. That's Lamontis Moore. Moore with the lefty stroke makes it 4-0. That one ruled it 2, just inside three-point land. Substitution coming for Columbia. Having a seat is going to be number 20, Terrence Boykin. Checking into the game, it'll be number 25. That's Trey Bird. Columbia comes into the game with a 5-4 record. Flip-flop that record, and Rutland comes in at 4-5. So Rutland with a chance to pull to 500 here with this one. Columbia trying to put a little bit more of a gap in that win-loss column. Long rebound going to be tipped out, pushing it the other way. Strong take. Too strong for his own good. Called for the offensive foul. There is Marcellus Bentley. Stepping in front of the Bentley there was Columbia. As they take the charge, and it's 4-0 here in the first quarter. Bit of pressure being extended by Rutland, broken easily by Columbia. Layup drill on the other end for number 12 for the Eagles, Sarad Little. Little over aggressive there, going baseline and having a hard fall. He goes down hard there. Does Samanzi Wiggins. Wiggins trying to hop up quickly, shake himself off. You can see the block look clean up top, but just the force that it was done with. Wiggins hits the deck hard. He's trying to hop it up quickly, but he's going to be tended to. Wiggins a tough player to even try to hop up that quickly. We're going to take a short commercial break. Hope all's well with Wiggins, and we'll be back shortly.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
I'm Dr. Sophia Khan. I'm Chief of the Emergency Department. I'm also the Medical Director, and I'm proud to lead our emergency team of doctors here at Hillendale. Our primary goal at Hillendale is to provide the highest level of quality care. In an effort to provide that care, we've recruited several chief residents. All of them have extensive training. I feel confident that they can take care of all age groups and all types of medical crises. For me, that's the most important thing because I'm the chief of the emergency department, also the medical director, and I do work clinically and see patients, but when I'm not here, I feel confident that my patients are being taken care of by the highest level of quality care physicians. Our primary goal is the highest level of quality care, but even with that said, we still want to make sure that it is very efficient. In fact, in 2010, we were 50% better than the national average for emergency wait times. And what that means to you is that when you walk in through the front door, you're only going to be in that waiting room for less than 15 to 20 minutes. In fact, you'll see a nurse as soon as you check in so that we can immediately assess how serious your medical crisis is. Triage is a process where when you first walk in through the emergency department, a nurse sees you and vital signs are taken. What we've added at Hillendale is an extra step, which is the nurse not only takes your vital signs and discusses your complaints, but also begins your testing. So blood tests are drawn, x-rays are done, and in this manner we're able to see you quicker and more efficiently. That way when I walk into the room and I see you as a patient, I'm able to review your tests, including your blood tests and your x-rays. I can spend more quality time with you, help to discuss your symptoms, really alleviate your concerns, and help to make that accurate diagnosis.
I'm Shonda Kennedy. I'm the nurse manager for the emergency department and clinical decision unit. The way this emergency room is designed is so that we can directly visualize all of our patients in the main ED. All the ones in the cardiac rooms, we can actually see them. We have glass front doors. We can have curtains that close for privacy, but we can also slide them back so we can see all of our patients. We have trackers with our cardiac monitors on them, mounted on 42-inch monitors, one in the ceiling, one on the wall, so that we can see cardiac rhythms from any position in the main emergency department. We also have those same screens on the desk so that we can see cardiac rhythms at the nurse's station, and we also have them inside the room. We've increased our ambulance volume exponentially in just a matter of months, like 10 months or so. If they come by ambulance, we get a call ahead that they're en route with any particular type of patient, give us a report. We let them know, which room they're going to or which area they're going to in the emergency department.
I'm Sophia Khan, and I'm proud to be part of the cure for the Common Hospital.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation and allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things. The feeling of...
How long does it take to change the game of basketball? To change the sport? Hours, days, years, decades? How about 0.4 seconds? Just like that, all of a sudden, big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. And with the flick of the wrist.
And welcome back to the Chick-Fil-A Invitational. Sorry for that delay. We're making sure that the court surface was taken care of. Had a little bit of a spill there with Samanzi Wiggins hit the deck hard. He's being tended to right now. Was able to walk off and is okay. But Rutland will have to try to see if they can get this thing going without Wiggins, at least for the foreseeable future. We'll see if he's able to return to this game or not. That turnover not going to help the plight of the Columbia Eagles as they throw it to the Rutland bench. And now it will be Kane's ball, 4-2. Still plenty of time left in this game as we are about halfway through the first quarter. See, this is going to be a game dominated by guard play. One of the more undersized matchups there when you look at the collective height on the floor for both teams. But does not mean it can't be a good game. Even in the Lithonia-South Miami matchup prior to this, as a traveling violation is going to be called against Corey Holtzclaw. Even in that game, you had some players with some good size, but a lot of that was decided by the guard play. Rodney Chapman and Ty Freeman of Lithonia had a very good game. But also South Miami was more than up for the challenge, almost came back and stole them one here in round one of the Chick-Fil-A Invitational. Rutland has it. It's going to be stolen the other way. Here come the Eagles. Foul going to go against number 23 for Rutland. That's Jaquez Mann. Columbia's ball along the baseline. Bullet pass inside, easy lay-in. Score that one for number 12 for Columbia. That's Sherrod Little. Little ties us up at 4 apiece. Offensive foul going to be called against number 0 for Rutland. That's Carlos Rhodes. He pushed off trying to create some space. Knew the pass was coming. While it was in the air, pushed the defender out of the way. Ball going to go back to Columbia as it's 4-4. Both of these teams still getting loose. Had a great energy level at the end of that Lithonia-South Miami game. At energy level, battling to stay at that same height as this one has come out and been a little slow. Also the temporary timeout as Wiggins was helped up. Slowed us up a little bit, but we'll see if they can get going on the court and have a trickle-down effect on the stands as we've got a good crowd here on hand at the Chick-Fil-A Invitational. Coast to coast, goes up in the air with the right, finishing with the left. That's number 23, the aforementioned Jaquez Mann. Mann makes it 6-4. So now the Eagles have it. Stolen by Rutland. They'll come the other way. Three-pointer. Good. Count that one for number 4. Ladarian Womack. Womack makes it 9-4. Rutland trying to make some noise. They've got a 5-point advantage now. Columbia hasn't done a good job minimizing the turnovers over the past few minutes. But they can get 2 easy ones from the free throw line here as number 12 is fouled, Sherrod Little. It's going to send Little to the free throw line. As you see that nice finish in transition there by Mann of Rutland. First free throw is off the mark. Second one, no good. So an uneventful trip to the free throw line there for Columbia. Either team, with as tough as buckets have been to come by here in this first quarter, has to maximize those trips to the charity stripe. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged. Pass stolen. You step through and the lay-in. Nice touch. Number 24, Justin Longstreet. Longstreet with 2 long steps. Lays it in, makes it 9-6. Here with 1:30 and some change. That one just off the front of the rim. Getting behind the defense. Longstreet, this time it's a lay-in. Uses the window. Same result. 9-8. Columbia pulls to within one possession game here. We're under the 1:30 mark. Feeling good, feeling great. Shot outcome not so much there by Mann, but he's got reinforcements picking up the pieces and scoring. There's number 10, Nick Simmons. Simmons makes it 11-8, 3-point game. Now that play looked more like a Kerry Sanderford coach team when it comes to Columbia. Did a good job minimizing the dribble. Crisp passes, were able to get a layup as a result. Jaquez Mann has not been shy here at Tucker High School. He misses that jumper. Reverse. Had it knocked off of his knee initially, but able to stick with it and get it on the reverse. Sarad Little. Under 30 seconds now here in the first quarter. Man loses his footing there. Can't get the shot to go. We'll see if Columbia will push. They've got numbers. Rutland recovers. They swing it to the corner, tipped initially. 5 seconds to work with. Shots off. We'll see if they're able to get one on goal. Well short there by Aaron Hallhabrook. So that's going to send us into the first to second quarter break. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. And we'll be back as the Eagles try to close this gap moving forward.
Step back three is a new dunk. Follow through is a new poster. Range is a new hang time. From the elbow to the rim, the threat now comes from everywhere. It's a new age for the game, a new era of champion. In the world, change takes time. In the universe, it takes eons. In this game, it only takes a second or less. How long does it take to change the game of basketball?
Back out of the timeout and ready to get the second quarter going. It will be Rutland's basketball. Great facility here at Tucker High School. Good crowd on hand as we get ready to approach the final cluster of games. DJ playlist has been pretty good for the most part here on site. So it makes for a great stage here for Rutland and Columbia as we continue on. Tough jump shot there along the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Holtzclaw of Columbia. Holtzclaw has been a good resource for Columbia. They were down earlier in the game. We're stuck at 4 for a little bit. Holtzclaw has done a good job of defending on one end, but also rebounding from that guard position and being able to bring the ball up and initiate things on the offensive end for Columbia. Neither team has really been able to do much in the half-court setting. And a lot of that is with the pace of the game. There hasn't been a ton of half-court on behalf of either team. A lot of up and down. Some pressure being applied, and Columbia was really able to use their response to that pressure in terms of crisp passes and running the floor to be able to get back into this game and now boast a 3-point advantage. You just get the feeling that this one will end up coming down to the wire with the way that both teams are being very stingy on the offensive end, trying to open things up there. Nice little mid-range J for number 5 for Rutland, Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown, a nice name to have here in the Atlanta area. Obviously, this Jalen Brown for Rutland, creating his own path, creating his own lane. But Jalen Brown, the former Wheeler standout there in Marietta. Currently at UCLA, having a good freshman year so far. What we all expected. As Coach Quanzo Martin as the Bears of Cal looking pretty good program-wise moving forward. But back to the teams and the task at hand. Trying to take it all the way there is Columbia. It's no good. Now that's going to lead to a cane fast break. Here comes a contest. Enough to bother that shot. It's off. A lot of orange jerseys around it, though. Can't get the bounce. Rebound in traffic there by number 25, Trey Bird. Persistent bucket there by number 13, Lorenzo McGee. Splash from the outside for number 11. It's Trey Foster. Your first name's Trey. You got to be able to hit a few every now and again. Foster makes it 16-16 there with that bucket. Can't get it to go off the window, just short. Kane's looking to push. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds. Official there along the baseline asked for some help. We're going to say last touch by Columbia as they'll have a substitution back into the game. Number 20, Terrence Boykin, going to the bench for Rutland is going to be number 10, Nick Simmons. You can see Coach Ron Christian taking advantage of a teaching moment there with something with Simmons. Gives him a little bit of feedback as Simmons gets a breather. And Rutland throws it in. Here's Trey Foster. Foster going to try to get back-to-back threes. First shot off the back of the rim. Second attempt. Hit on the arm. There is Jalen Cobb. It's going to send Cobb to the line. Coming in for Columbia is going to be number 15, Jarrett Cobb. Trey Bird has a seat. Second free throw makes it 16-18, 2-point game. Getting it out of that corner. There was Foster. Ball being batted around, last touched by Rutland over to Columbia. We're officially under the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Almost got used to the halves. We covered the Chick-Fil-A Classic in Columbia, South Carolina just last week. They went with 2 20-minute halves, making the transition back to quarters here. Nice bucket scored there by Terrence Boykin. They're on that last trip for Columbia. There's been a lot of Chick-fil-A this week between the Classic there in Columbia, South Carolina, and the Invitational here in Tucker, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. I've seen about as many Chick-fil-A cows as you can see over the course of a week. Foster trying to go to work. Kicks it off. The baby jumper just short. Nice opportunity created. You couldn't get it to go, but I'm sure if you're Coach Ron Christian, you'll take those sort of opportunities if you can get them. As we have yet another helter-skelter sequence. Here's Man. Man had bad intentions going up on that one. Had his plan thwarted, though, by the defense of Jarrett Cobb on that play, who didn't give up on it. You can see those long strides. Man's looking to take off. Cobb just kind of, chased at him just enough to think he was going to try to change the shot. Man just sort of lost it. A little bit of a bailout call there on the foul. Like the defense there by Cobb. A lot of times you see players use a foul that maybe might not be necessary. He contested it without fouling. Man got the bailout call anyway, was able to get the second free throw to go, but now we're going to have a foul off the ball. One of the players on offense tried to clear out. So we're at the 4-minute mark. So you got a stoppage in play. Here's Man. Over to Foster. That three-point attempt's knocked down by Jalen Brown. Brown will make it 21-20. Rutland continues to press. Columbia breaks it but cannot get the layup to fall. Rutland will have a substitution. The ball had already been thrown in bounds, so they had to stop the play. Looks like we're ready to go. So that sub will have to wait until the next dead ball. Foster got it to Halherbrook. Halherbrook has it taken away. Ball still loose, but Columbia picks it up. Now checking into the game is Lamontis Moore for Rutland. And having a seat, it's going to be number 13, Tobias Leonard for Rutland. Man has been aggressive. That's one thing I will give to him. He's been aggressive. Hasn't always been the most under control. You can tell, very raw. But in terms of being in attack mode, he doesn't really do a bunch of dribbling in one place or showboating. He tries to get it up and attack. See Coach Christian emphasizing getting a better shot than the one they got there on that last possession. Not to mention, you look at the wingspan and the length of a player like Man, when he takes some of those bad jump shots, not only is it a tough shot early in the possession, but it's also taking away his length there when it comes to rebounding. As he gets a rebound there, extra pass inside, and they scored. He gets the assist, Lamontis Moore with the bucket. Exhibit A right there. You see Man, when he's within a certain radius of the rim, he's going to be a resource when it comes to rebounding. Gets the offensive rebound there, passes it, and now we've got a 23 to 22 point game. Seeing a lot of calls go off of the ball, more than what I'm used to seeing. And you're not seeing any arguments from Coach Kerry Sandifer from Columbia, so calls must be on point or close enough to where they're not really drawing any disputes from him. Get that out of here, says number 20, Terrence Boykin. Was all over that one. Now here's man attacking again. So Boykin whistled for the foul. That's going to send man to the free throw line. You can see him attack. So you saw Coach Christian get on him for that quick jumper that he took a couple possessions ago. Since then, you've seen him pass it, attack the offensive glass, get an assist. Now you see him crashing. He gets the pass, gets a trip to the line. Misses the first free throw, but again, you're getting the opportunities at a higher percentage than some of the shots that they were taking earlier. And they split the pair of free throws. One of the tough things for Rutland is that for the majority of this game, they put on a full court press against Columbia. The press hasn't yielded a ton of turnovers, as Columbia's done a pretty good job over the past few minutes of handling it, or at least being able to get good shots on goal. So you wonder if that'll take its toll on Rutland if they try to do that the entire game. That's just less energy they have to run their offense half court-wise, which has been a problem for them. Man loses that one out of bounds. Not happy with himself there. Trying to make it happen. Trying to be the spark plug there for this Rutland offense. Glass half full. It's a 24-24 ball game, so neither team out of it, even if they have some things they wish they could do a little bit better at. Boykin gets the bucket off the glass. We are under the 50-second mark. Contested three-pointer. That one's no good. Offensive rebound, Jalen Brown. So Brown ties us up at 26-26. Columbia's ball there in the corner. Catch and shoot off the back rim. Ripped away. Strong move. Layup won't go. And looks like we're going to have a foul against Lorenzo McGee. That was a strong rebound, but he had the young fella's head in a little bit of a lock as he grabbed that rebound. The official gives him an explanation for the call made. Good piece of officiating there as an official. You know, there has to be some order there. You want the players to respect the presence on the court, but there's nothing wrong with being able to give enough of an explanation that makes players better, also gives them some rationale as to why the call was made. There's ways to do that quickly and within the flow of the game. Kudos to those officials that make that happen. 17.4 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound, a step back jumper. Ball knocked out of there. Hallbrook chases it down, and that is going to do it for the first half. It's 27-26. The Hurricanes of Rutland take a 1-point advantage into the locker room. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We'll be back after halftime.
My name is Dr. Dominique Smith. I'm the chief of the medical staff at DeKalb Medical Hillendale, and I'm proud to be a member of the elite team of experienced physicians that are currently working at Hillendale. When the hospital first opened, there were many physicians that were already within the community that had very distinguished practices and chose to remain on staff and to continue serving the community. Many physicians decided to join this Hillendale community. Some were recruited, and many of the doctors that were recruited were previously serving as faculty and were highly regarded in their specialty. And they were brought to Hillendale to help to expand the depth and breadth of the medical staff. We have a diverse number of experienced cardiologists that have been recruited by some of the top medical centers to become faculty and on staff at their centers as well as Hillendale. We have experienced general surgeons that are at the cutting edge of their specialty and performing some of the latest techniques in surgery. We have urologists, vascular and endovascular surgeons that are doing some of the cutting edge techniques to help save patients' lives. Gynecologists that are performing laparoscopy for minimally invasive gynecologic procedures for most of the problems that affect women's lives. Experienced orthopedic surgeons that are doing a lot of the latest techniques for hip replacement, knee replacements, radiologists, podiatrists, just to name a few. When physicians work as a team, the outcome is always better for the patient. Working as a team and being able to discuss the care of the patient collaboratively means that there's going to be less medical errors and a better outcome.
Well, here at Hillendale, we do many common procedures. We do breast biopsy, hernia, gallbladder surgery, as well as more innovative techniques. For example, Dr. Smith, one of our very own, she does very advanced procedures, including the scarless laparoscopic hysterectomy. I choose to practice at Hillendale because of the quality of the doctors, the quality of the hospital, and the fact that I can give the best care possible for my patients right here at Hillendale.
Our doctors take great pride in the care we provide to our patients in this community. We're like a family, and it's the care and camaraderie we share that sets us apart from other hospitals. Many of our doctors live right here in the DeKalb community and can often be found sharing their expertise outside of the hospital after office hours. I'm Dr. Dominique Smith, and I'm proud to be a part of the cure for the common hospital.
The perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
seconds inbound pass to Marbury. As he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
My name is Dr. Dominique Smith. I'm the Chief of the Medical Staff at DeKalb Medical Hillendale, and I'm proud to be a member of the elite team of experienced physicians that are currently working at Hillendale. When the hospital first opened, there were many physicians that were already within the community that had very distinguished practices and chose to remain on staff and to continue serving the community. Many physicians decided to join this Hillendale community. Some were recruited, and many of the doctors that were recruited were previously serving as faculty and were highly regarded in their specialty. And they were brought to Hillendale to help to expand the depth and breadth of the medical staff. We have a diverse number of experienced cardiologists that have been recruited by some of the top medical centers to become faculty and on staff at their centers as well as Hillendale. We have experienced general surgeons that are at the cutting edge of their specialty and performing some of the latest techniques in surgery. We have urologists, vascular and endovascular surgeons that are doing some of the cutting edge techniques to help save patients' lives. Gynecologists that are performing laparoscopy for minimally invasive gynecologic procedures for most of the problems that affect women's lives. Experienced orthopedic surgeons that are doing a lot of the latest techniques for hip replacement, knee replacements, radiologists, podiatrists, just to name a few. When physicians work as a team, the outcome is always better for the patient. Working as a team and being able to discuss the care of the patient collaboratively means that there's going to be less medical errors and a better outcome.
Well, here at Hillendale, we do many common procedures. We do breast biopsy, hernia, gallbladder surgery, as well as more innovative techniques. For example, Dr. Smith, one of our very own, she does very advanced procedures, including the scarless laparoscopic hysterectomy. I choose to practice at Hillendale because of the quality of the doctors, the quality of the hospital, and the fact that I can give the best care possible for my patients right here at Hillendale.
Our doctors take great pride in the care we provide to our patients in this community. We're like a family, and it's the care and camaraderie we share that sets us apart from other hospitals. Many of our doctors live right here in the DeKalb community and can often be found sharing their expertise outside of the hospital after office hours. I'm Dr. Dominique Smith, and I'm proud to be a part of the cure for the common hospital.
This is good. Tracy Foster.
To change the sport. Hours, days, years, decades. How about 0.4 seconds? Just like that, all of a sudden big ain't so big no more. Small ain't so small. And with the flick of the wrist, the step back three is the new dunk. Follow through is the new poster. Range is the new hang time. From the elbow to the rim, the threat now comes from everywhere. It's a new age for the game, a new era of champion. In the world, change takes time. In the universe, it takes eons. In this game, it only takes a second or less.